that, and the other. Today, June 17th, 1885, the Statue of Liberty arrives in New York Harbor. On June 17th, 1885, the dismantled Statue of Liberty, a gift of friendship from the people of France to the people of America, arrived in New York Harbor after being shipped across the Atlantic Ocean in 350 individual pieces, packed in more than 200 cases. The copper and iron statue, which was reassembled and dedicated the following year in a ceremony presided over U.S. President Grover Cleveland, became known around the world as an enduring symbol of freedom and democracy. Intended to commemorate the American Revolution and a century of friendship between the United States and France, the statue was designed by French sculptor Frederic Auguste Bartholdi, who modeled it after his own mother, with assistance from engineer Gustave Eiffel, who later developed the iconic tower in Paris bearing his name. The statue was initially scheduled to be finished by 1876, the 100th anniversary of America's Declaration of Independence. However, fundraising efforts, which included auctions, a lottery, and boxing matches, took longer than anticipated both in Europe and the United States, where the statue's pedestal was to be financed and constructed. The statue alone cost the French an estimated $250,000, more than $5.5 million in today's currency. Finally completed in Paris in the summer of 1884, the statue, a robed female figure with an uplifted arm holding a torch, reached its new home on Bedloes Island in New York Harbor on June 17, 1885. After being reassembled, the 450,000-pound statue was officially dedicated on October 28, 1886 by President Cleveland, who said, quote, "We will not forget that liberty has here made her home, nor shall her chosen altar be neglected." Standing more than 305 feet from the foundation of its pedestal to the top of its torch, the statue, dubbed Liberty Enlightening the World by Bartholdi, was taller than any structure in New York City at the time. The statue was originally copper-colored, but over the years it underwent a natural color change process called patination that produced its current greenish-blue hue. Also to this day in history, in 2015, Charleston church shooting. In 1940, France to surrender to the Nazis. In 1972, Watergate burglars are arrested. In 1579, Sir Francis Drake claims California for England. In 1994, O.J. Simpson leads L.A. police on a low-speed chase. In 1943, FDR's Secretary of War stifles Truman's inquiry into the suspicious defense plant. In 1876, Native Americans score victory at the Battle of the Rosebud. In 1953, the Soviets crush anti-government riots in East Berlin. In 1775, as the Battle of Bunker Hill begins. And in 1940, British and Allied troops continue the evacuation of France as Churchill reassures his countrymen. And that has been this day in history. Godspeed, fair wind, and following seas. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.